Hey everyone, it's Jordan from Fish Keeping Made Easy, and today I'm getting some brand new fish to go in with my Geophagus brasiliensis. So there's been a guy posting on the local sort of forums and Facebook pages saying that he has loads of young Bala Sharks for rehoming, and I thought to myself, well, that might be a decent fish to go in with the Geophagus. This was a few weeks ago and I decided against it. I was like, nah, I'll not bother. And then I went and had a look for other things to go in with the Geophagus. So I looked at torpedo barbs, I looked at clown barbs, but all the ones for sale were either way too small, and if they were for sale and they were big, then they were just far too expensive. So these Bala Sharks are around 6 or 7 centimeters. Now these guys do grow into absolute monsters, but it will take a couple of years for them to get to some size. So this 250 litre or the 70 gallon that I've got will be a perfect grow out tank for them. So here are the 3 Bala Sharks that I got. I'm really happy with them as they look really healthy and alert. Now, I'm not going to lie, I used to think that these Bala Sharks were pretty boring, but kind of having them here and owning them myself, I actually think they're really cool. And not to mention, they do look like tiny sharks. So these guys are relatively peaceful. They're quite a good community fish. The only issue with them is they do grow pretty large. These fish are pretty hardy. They can go in a wide range of different parameters. So for pH, anything between 6 and 8, and for temperature, anything from 22 to 28 degrees. They're also pretty easy to feed, one of those community fish that will basically accept anything. I'll be feeding them a mix of pellet foods and frozen foods, but I know for a fact that once they get a little bit bigger, they're definitely going to try and eat the worms that I feed to the fire eel. So it looks like already the Geophagus, as I expected, is a little bit scared of the Bala Sharks, hiding under his little bit of wood here. He's always acting the big man until someone else enters the tank. So now it's time to start the acclimation. Now, I would recommend actually turning the lights off when you're acclimating fish. This will keep them a little bit calmer. I kind of forgot to do this, and as you can see, the Bala Sharks look pretty calm anyway. So I'm just adding little bits of water to the bag every 5 or 6 minutes, and this will slowly acclimate the fish into my tank. As you can see, the Amazon puffers are super inquisitive. They always have to be the centre of attention and love to see what's going on in the tank, and trust me, I almost scooped this Amazon puffer into that cup about 4 times. I also think because my Geophagus is so big that I underestimate how large these Amazon puffers actually are, because they're more or less the same size as these Bala Sharks. And again, the Amazon puffer cannot help itself. And finally, it's time to release these guys. So after this, I basically just turned the lights off and left them off for the rest of the day. And the next day, they're feeding no problem. They definitely need to fatten up a little bit. They are still pretty timid, and I think they will be like that for a little while. But so far, they seem to be getting on pretty well with the puffers, and the Geophagus doesn't really seem to be that bothered about them. The footage of the Bala Sharks isn't that great because every time I go too close to the tank, they just kind of swim away, and they seem to want to hide in this sort of shaded corner. So hopefully in a few weeks I can get some better shots of them. So these Bala Sharks do sort of have a nostalgic feel for me. My granddad used to keep Bala Sharks when I was small, and I can always remember feeding them. So it was probably one of the first fish that I really kind of interacted with, and it feels pretty cool to keep some of them now. So let me know if you've kept Bala Sharks or if you want to keep Bala Sharks and some of your experiences while having them. I should have more updates on these guys coming soon. But as always, thank you for watching. If you liked this video, don't forget to like it and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.